call the Thursday, November 14th board meeting to order. Roll call.
Mrs. Nazario.
Here.
Mr. Ferguson.
Here.
Dr. Ballard.
Here.
Mrs. Washington. Mr. Sturgill.
Here.
Our Pledge of Allegiance is led by Garfield.
Yep, we've got Garfield Elementary in the house. If I can invite Principal John Monteleone up front to introduce some of your amazing students.
Good evening, Lorain City Schools Board of Education. Dr. Graham, thank you for having us here. We really appreciate it. Once again, I'm the proud principal of Garfield Elementary, John Monteleone. I do want to announce we have a couple students that are not here with us today, but I do want to announce the students that are here today. So we have Mila Jorfi. She's a fourth grade student, daughter of Mercedes Rivera and David Jorfi. Mila participates in the Garfield Elementary Student Council. She also enjoys playing soccer and being an amazing big sister. Vonnie Nelson is also a fourth grade student and daughter of Kathy Henson. Vonnie participates in the Garfield Elementary Student Council as well. She is a leader within the classroom and an extraordinary student. This is my 5th year at Garfield, and so you'll soon see why I'm so proud of these students. Just watching them just grow and thrive has been an honor and pleasure of mine. Like I said, you'll see for yourselves here in just a minute. So Mila and Vonnie, can you come up? You can start.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
You guys are awesome.
Well done.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves. Yeah, you got the microphone. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Mila, come on up. Yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah.
Talking to the microphone.
I speak something in the microphone.
What is your name?
I'm Vonnie Nelson,
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th. And what's your favorite thing about school?
My favorite thing about school is all the friends,
All
but
your
it's one thing I don't like. It's bowling.
Yes.
Is this kid named Ian?
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm calling you out.
Okay.
And
Okay, well-
he's rude.
Okay. Well,
In
what-
1st grade,
You have a lot of friends you do like, right?
in
Yeah.
1st grade, he threw blocks at my
Oh,
forehead
okay. All right,
and
let's
made
let
my
Mila have
forehead
a
crack
turn.
open. Yes, I'm calling you out, Ian. You hear me?
Okay. Mila, go ahead. What's your name?
Okay. My name is Mila Durfee, and I'm in 4th grade. And my favorite thing at school is like all the activities.
The activities?
Yeah.
Cool.
You do student council?
Yeah.
What do you do on student council? Like, what's something that you do on student council you like?
We just started, so we don't do anything
Oh,
that
okay.
much.
So you're just starting it. Okay. All right. Well, it'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And what's your name, honey?
Looks like you got lost in the building a little bit. Big place.
My name is Wobble,
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th. And what's your favorite thing about school?
Make them friends and then do the race.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you all for being here.
Yeah, we got some certificates for you. And Robert, this one's yours.
We're gonna do a picture.
Yeah, do a picture.
Mila, this one's yours. Bonnie, this one's yours. But if you want to get your picture taken with us, if that's okay. Actually, you want to get our picture taken with you.
I was gonna say the other way is what we
Yeah,
want.
you do, please.
Even my sister?
Yeah.
Sis, you come up too.
Come on up, families.
You come up with her.
Sorry about this, about the confusion.
Mr. Monterone, you want to come on up front?
Yeah.
Good, good, how are you?
Put it down so you get your picture. There we go. Back Actually, thank you very much. From here on out, the meeting is pretty boring, so if you guys want to make a run for it, we fully understand and encourage. Yeah. But thanks again for coming in.
I was gonna say that one day, we're gonna leave.
Especially today. That's okay, if he wants to come and tell it, we can give him a certificate. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, we got lost too. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I like that. Yeah. Thanks for coming. No, this one's yours. I'm guessing, right? You Alfredo? Thank you very much. I apologize for the confusion. Oh, no, that's quite all right. Thank you.
Recognition of visitors. We will have a presentation today.
Yep, I'd like to introduce Katie and Mary, and they are with Employee Severance Plan. They're going to do a presentation for us. And whether our levy passes or fails doesn't matter. I think it's important for us to be respectful to our taxpayers and investigate opportunities to save money. One of the presentation they're going to give is for us. Teachers who are more experienced candidly cost more money than teachers who are less experienced. So we're going to pursue an option to determine, the recommendation to the board anyway, is to pursue an option to investigate savings that could occur based on their program. So, Katie, Mary, whoever's.
We have certificates for them.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. Can you guys all hear me?
Yep.
Madam President, members of the board. Thank you. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Great. Good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Katie Rose. I'm the Senior Vice President of Educators Preferred Corporation. This is Mary Kelly. She's the President of Educators Preferred Corporation. Just a little bit about our company. The company itself has been in business since 1971, but since '89, we've been working exclusively with school systems, higher ed, municipalities on structuring and implementing voluntary early buyout programs. We're in about 14 states. Ohio is keeping us extremely busy. We were at the OSBA conference this week, and there's a lot of interest with things going on, COVID money running out, levies may or may not be getting passed, all of that. So districts are looking for ways to reduce costs through a voluntary program. We're in about 14 states, but and we're based in Michigan. So most of our clients primarily are in Ohio and Michigan. So the plan itself that we're going to talk about is the employee severance plan. Most school budgets are 80 to 85% of their budget is comprised of salaries and fringe benefits. So when districts are looking for ways to reduce costs, they look at a program like this. The nice thing about this program is that it's voluntary. So it's a lot easier than going through layoffs or program cuts, things of that nature. We have over 16,000 participants that have taken or are still receiving benefits through our company, and about 50% are under age 56. So this is a truly unique plan that it does attract people that we're not going to leave for several years. Okay. So, sometimes the question is, why would you have an outside firm implement the plan? Well, we definitely have the experience. We've implemented well over 500 plans, a few hundred here in Ohio. We know it's a controlled approach to buyouts. It's a non-age discriminatory program, which is important, very cost effective. And it greatly reduces the workload on the school system central office as we handle all of the details of the plan. So the other important piece that we provide is draft legal documents for review by the legal counsel. Because with this type of plan, not only for the employer, but for those electing the plan, the employees, you want to make sure that you have the proper documents in place, release and waiver of claims agreement, etc. Probably the most important part of what we do is our counseling. So during the window period of enrollment, we will bring a team of counselors on site to sit down one-on-one with those eligible to review the benefits of the ESP But we also give STRS and SERS pension projections. We actually prepare a booklet for each eligible employee that's catered for that employee that will break down the estimates from the retirement system along with the ESP. And our counselors spend a lot of time with the employees during that counseling phase, going through those documents. So the objective of the plan is to reduce the percentage of staff near or at the top of the pay scale through the voluntary program, which allows then the district to replace at a lower wage salary or perhaps restructure and then through attrition not have to necessarily replace. Eligibility. The ESP is a one-time offer to your full-time employees represented by the LEA who will, and we're going to have two components here, who will A, be at step 20 or above on the 24-25 salary schedule as of this June, or B, be eligible for full or reduced STRS or SCRS benefits as of June 30th, 2025. Would not be available to part-time employees, substitutes, those who have retired and were subsequently rehired, sometimes called retiree hires. The plan benefits. So the employees who elect to participate in the plan will receive $65,000 plus applicable contractual severance pay, known as sick leave to some. So what happens with that then is the $65,000 plus the sick leave is added together, and then it's divided into 60 equal payments. And that's going to be paid into what's known as a post-employment 403B. The nice thing about the post-employment 403B is that the employee or participant won't be taxed on that money until they start withdrawing. So it's we have some of our participants that leave that money in there, and others that turn around and have that come out on a monthly basis. The severance pay is included in the benefit, and this is in about 99% of our Ohio clients. We find that the severance pay can be pretty significantly higher in Ohio, so we include that as part of the benefit because if the district were to pay that all in that first year along with this, they really would take away from that savings in the first year. So it's included in the benefit. Window period. The window period, we're still working on the timeline. However, an example could be December through February. Because the employee is signing a release and waiver of claims agreement, they have to be given a minimum of 45 days to consider the plan, and then that is followed by a 7-day revocation period. The exit date, June 30th, we always say the end of the fiscal year, knowing that different dates apply for different school districts. The benefits then start in October and continue for the 60 months. The board is inclusive with this offer. The board's offer of the plan is contingent upon at least 20 eligible employees electing to participate by the close of the window period, and the board reserves the right to withdraw the plan if fewer than 20 employees elect to participate in the ESP. Operational needs. So the district and board will have the right to retain certain employees that elect the plan for up to 1 year. So this is a decision made by the board and administrator. This could be in the case where there was a hard to replace position. They felt like they needed more time. So that person would be asked to stay on for up to a year, and then their benefit would start after. Effect on educational process. We do a lot of surveys, and we get a lot of great feedback that bringing in newly hired teachers, working with senior staff, or the ones that don't take the plan, kind of revitalizes the buildings and can have a really beneficial effect on the educational objectives. So that's the executive summary. So I wanted to give some summaries of the savings with this plan. So when we work with a school district, we usually show two scenarios: full replacement, meaning all those that elect are replaced, and then we do less than full replacement so that they can see perhaps once the number elects, if they're able to restructure and maybe not fully replace.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I think we may have lost your microphone, so we're getting texts that people aren't hearing this online. So we may need to change the battery, or else you can come to one of our mics. Because I think there's a lot of,
we'll both get-
man, he's always on it. He's always on it. But there's a lot of people interested in this conversation, so we want to make sure they're getting
When does it
everything.
go out? Right at the beginning?
I think, yeah. No, it went out a little sooner than that, but it's great information. Want to make sure everybody's getting it. I think I'm going to let somebody that's got a higher ranking than me figure that out.
If we're gonna do a video, we probably should.
Yeah, we're good. Could we please? Yeah, yeah, thank you.
So how far back should I go, do you think? Can you guys hear me?
My name is, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it was
When
working
did
in
it
the
start?
beginning.
Right about, I think you noticed when it started, right when you said about step 20.
Okay, that's the
around
eligibility.
the eligibility, right? About when she
Okay.
noticed that the mic kind of
Okay, I'll hit the rewind button.
lost. Yeah, so go there.
Okay.
I thought it was me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So plan eligibility for this plan. So this is a one-time offer. I'm actually kind of glad I went back because these plans that we offer are on a one-time basis. If a district were to put this in their contract, it would really become cost prohibitive. So what makes it very effective is the fact that it is, a meaningful benefit and it's a one-time offer. So the offering is to your employees represented by the LEA, who will either be at step 20 or above on the 24 or 25 salary schedule as of this June, or, so this is an or, they would be eligible for full or reduced STRS or SERS benefits as of this June. So that's the eligibility for the plan. It would not be available to substitutes, part-time employees, or those who have retired and were subsequently rehired by the district. The plan benefits: employees who elect the plan will receive $65,000 plus their applicable contractual severance pay, also known as sick pay. And then those two are added together and divided into 60 equal payments paid into the employee's post-employment 403B account. So for the purposes of that, per the IRS, the employee has to select a provider on the board-approved list of vendors. So that will be included in their enrollment packet so that they understand that they have to pick a provider on that list. The reason we include severance pay is that we find that in Ohio it's pretty significant, and if the district had to pay it all up front in the first year, getting the number that would be taking the plan, it would really take away from the savings to the district. So it's included in that 60-month payout. Window period of election: because the employee is signing a release and waiver of claims agreement, by law they have to be given a minimum of 45 days to consider the plan. We are in the process of finalizing the timeline, but an example could be December through January, December through February, something like that. But again, those details are still being worked on. Exit date, June 30th, 2025, the end of the fiscal year. Minimum participation: the board's offer of this plan is contingent upon at least 20 eligible employees electing to participate by the close of the window period. And then the board reserves the right to withdraw the plan if fewer than 20 employees elect to participate in the plan. Operational needs: so this gives the district and this board the right to retain certain employees who elect the plan for up to 1 year. And this is really to help with operational and educational needs of the district. So maybe a position that's very hard to replace, if they feel like they're going to need more time, then that might be utilized. But again, that would be up to the board and the administration. Effect on the educational process: we do a lot of surveys, and we get a lot of positive feedback that bringing in a number of new teachers, working with senior teachers that didn't take the plan, kind of revitalizes the buildings and can just have a very positive effect. Okay, so we are gonna, when we work with school districts, we give them at least a couple scenarios. One, a full replacement, meaning all those that elect the plan would be replaced. And then we also show less than full replacement. So our model is projecting 32 LEA to elect the plan. A little bit about our model. Through the years, and we've been in Ohio for over 25 years, we have developed a model that actually assigns probability ratios to the data provided by the district. So we will look at each of the employees' age, years of service, step on salary schedule, all of that, and then the model assigns a probability of them electing or not. And we're pretty accurate, very accurate, I should say, in advance of projecting the number opting. So for an example of 32 opting, and then the district doesn't replace 22 of the 32, so we're not replacing 10. And this is the figures I'm gonna give you now are net of all plan and replacement costs. So this is the bottom line savings, excuse me. So in the first year, with 32 opting, 22 replaced, the district is estimated to save approximately $1.8 million. In year 5, because of the 5-year forecast, cumulatively, in that same scenario of 32 opting, 22 replaced, cumulatively the district's saving $7.7 million. Now, full replacement, so that would mean that all 32 would be replaced that elect the plan. The first year savings, and again, net of all plan and replacement costs, would be $932,503. And then cumulatively, in the 5th year, about $2.5 million in savings. So that's just a summary of the savings. And again, when you hear those numbers, just know that that's less plan costs, less replacement costs. So bottom line savings. I'm going to kind of run through a timeline so that everyone can kind of get an idea of how this works. Study period, that's the first step, obviously, is working with the administration and the board and reviewing the feasibility of the plan. We prepare a very comprehensive study using the data of the district. Once the administration decides that they want the board involved, we would then look to get board approval as well as association review. And so once the board approves the plan, it becomes very turnkey from our perspective. We provide draft legal documents to the board's legal counsel for review. An announcement memo would come out from Dr. Graham, and with that announcement memo, each eligible employee will have a data page attached to it. Reason being, most districts don't have readily available, outside years, purchased years from back in the day, spouse's date of birth. So we go through a little process with the announcement memo where we send it to the employee, and then the employee updates that for us because we're going to prepare those STRS or SERS projections. In that announcement memo, the eligible employees will be invited to sign up for one-on-one counseling appointments. It'll have all the dates in there of when we will be on site. Prior to the window closing, we do come back for a second round of counseling. And again, these dates haven't been decided yet. So from there, EPC prepares the enrollment packet. And so that's the packet that's going to include all of the release and waiver of claims, the list of the 403B approved providers by the board, et cetera. So at the general meeting, people will come, pick up their packet, and that officially starts the 45 days. If they're not able to pick their package up, they will be distributed via district mail. And then that same evening, believe it or not, our counselors are on site starting the counseling. And then we stay for the week counseling. And as I said earlier, then we come back prior to the window closing for additional counseling. The resign retire date, again, is June of 2025, and the benefits start in October. So again, the timeline we're working on it, but once the announcement memo, if the plan is approved, goes out, then everyone will have all the information as far as the timeline goes. So that's the plan. Do you want me to take some questions, Dr. Graham?
From the board, any questions?
Or whoever?
The board?
The board?
Bill, did you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Just to clarify, I think I know the answer, but a person who accepts this plan is free to work anywhere in the state except in Lorain, correct?
Yes.
And that is because,
I'm so happy you brought that up. So, so with this plan, if an employee elects the plan, it's called a post-employment 403B. So in the eyes of the IRS, the district is paying the employee to no longer work in the district. So for the next 60 months, that employee wouldn't be allowed to work in the district, take a paycheck, and then take a post-employment paycheck. So just to keep in line with, what the requirements are of the IRS. But as Mr. Ferguson said, the employees that elect this plan can go and teach in any other district that they choose. I mean, if they so choose. So yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
okay.
Any other questions?
Katie and Mary, I'd like to thank you again for making the drive from Michigan. And for the community and the folks out in the audience, this is not something that we just sprung on the board tonight. Actually, we've been having these conversations now for months. And several months ago, we reached out to a number of people, and your name kept coming up over and over again because of the quality of the program you put together, but also with the care you do and taking care of people, from the understanding part to the rest of it. This is part of negotiations, which is why it's not been in public session until this point. The union has been a part of every conversation that we've had, union leadership. We sat down, had conversations with them originally, so everything we know, they know. And in terms of process, once the board approves, then obviously it goes back to the union. They take it back to their membership to determine whether or not it's something they're interested in. Again, this is not a statement as to trying to get rid of old teachers. It's not it at all. It's an opportunity for us to save money as a district, and again, to be as respectful to our taxpayers as we can be. And actually, it's in our negotiated agreement with the Teacher Association that says that we will look at ways we can go through a process like this one, and it says as long as it's beneficial to the district, which is why we chose a number of at least 20. But anything else before they make their drive back home?
Nope. Another district tomorrow morning.
I'm sorry?
We're not going home. We're going to another district tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
So this worked out.
Again, Ohio keeping you busy. Yeah.
It's all good. Thank you so much.
Okay, again, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Oh, I'm sorry.
much.
Were you gonna, did you have something, Julie?
Yeah, I was asking if they had copies, and was gonna ask if it was okay if she gave some of the printing copies to the members that are here.
I'm
fine with it, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we have no secrets. It's all
We
the
don't
stuff
have
that
a
we've already
lot.
talked
It's
to.
everything she said.
I didn't bring a lot.
Okay.
We have about 4. But you can make copies, I guess.
There's a copy machine in that back corner. Or there's one down the hallway if you want something faster.
Here, actually, you can take this. Thank you very much for your
Thank you
time.
very
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you again.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too. First hearing of the public? Okay.
Julie Garcia, President, Lorain Education Association. Just giving you an update of what we've been up to. We participated in the district trunk or treat, which was phenomenal with all the people that were there. And the other thing is we are planning our 4th annual Breakfast with Santa. I've given you all a flyer. This is open to the community. This is something we've been doing for 4 years. The kids love it. Our Santas are very happy to come. They have as much fun as the kids do.
It's a great time, yeah.
It is a good time. So if you're interested, there's information. I have extra flyers on how to purchase your tickets. We also have had some teachers and administrators offer sponsorships to families who would like to come that might find the financial part of it a little challenging. So we do have some sponsorships. If any of our community members or any of our principals or teachers know of a family, please reach out to me and we can get tickets for those families.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
And again, great event. If you're available.
It's so much fun. There's so many
on the 14th of
activities
December.
for the kids to do, and not only just seeing Santa. There's a lot. There's crafts and very fun. Anyone else? Can we approve the minutes from the October 28th meeting, and the board waives the right to read the minutes from this meeting?
So moved.
Support.
A roll call?
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
And Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Any old business to share? Reports and recommendation of the treasurer.
I have items 8.01 through 8.04 for approval.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Reports and recommendation of the superintendent.
Thank you. I'd like the board to consider for approval items 9.01 to 9.10 personnel matters.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? A roll call?
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
I'd like the board to consider for approval items 10.01 to 10.11 operations matters.
So move.
Support.
Any discussion? A roll call?
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
And that's all I have.
Thank you. Any new business? Committee reports? Second hearing of the public?
The public's in line.
With that, our next board meeting will be November 25th at 5 o'clock here in the board meeting room. And if I could have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Good job. Good presentation.